Pose the questions in English. But before you answer, even if you understand, you're going to wait so that Mr. Blau interprets the question into Afrikaans. Then you're going to answer it in Afrikaans, in your mother language. It will then again be interpreted into English. So it's going to take some time. So relax, take a deep breath.
Alhoewel die vraag bestaan, die moet in de droge gemeentingsland worden komen. En ik kan andere aan die bedoelde, die moet maar ontstaan, asemhalen.
And if there's anything, any question, anything that you don't understand, you just indicate.
Als er enige vraag of er is iets waarvan je kent, dat kan niet verstaan, die dat net aandacht.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
Thank you. Ms. Lombaard, tell us about Laurentia Lombaard. Who is she? Where does she come from? Does she have children? Tell us about yourself.
Kan nie verhoop sê die Laurentia Lombaard is. Kan nie verhoop sê die is. Maar die self, die kinders waar om.
My lord, ik is Laurentia Lombaard. Ik kom van Wikis van Woesley. Ik kom van Woesley, Woesterse kant af. Ik heb 4 kinders. 2 kinders. Wacht. Sorry, my lord.
It's okay. I think
I am Laurentia Lombaard. I'm coming from Woesley, in the Woester area.
I know you want to tell us a story. Unfortunately, it's going to go a bit slower. Let's do the following. You can break it up into short sentences. For example, you can say, I'm from Woesley, and then you can say where it is, close to Worcester, etc. I have 4 children. These are their ages. You don't necessarily have to give their names. And give Mr. Blau the opportunity to proceed. I You see, I'm making the same mistake as as you, and which I'm cautioning you about, because I'm talking over the interpreter.
That's correct, my lord.
Okay, so let's all learn lessons and let's try and do better.
Ik is Laurentia Lombaard. Ik kom van Woesley, Woesterse kant area.
I'm coming from Woesley, in the Worcester area.
Ik heb 4 kinders.
With 4 kids.
Maar nou die ongeluk is 2 in Woesley.
And this is stage 2 in Worcester.
En de other 2 is in Eastern Cape, bij pa.
The other 2 are in Eastern Cape and their father.
Maar die omstandigheden.
But the situation, my lord.
Ik zat er naar buiten getrekt.
I came to Saldanha Bay.
En verder aan ik in Saldanha Bay gebleven.
Further on, I stayed in Saldanha Bay.
Bij mijn broer zijn plek.
At my brother's house.
Verder aan ik een boyfriend ontmoet.
As you can on, I met a boyfriend.
Verder aan ik bij hem gebleven.
Further on, I stayed with him.
En toen ons 2 kinderen samen gehad.
Then we had 2 kids together.
En verder aan ik in die drugs gegaan.
Okay. Stop so bietjie. Stop so.
I became involved in drugs.
Remember, I'm going to sometimes stop you, so you can just also have a look at me. I'm going to stop you sometimes just to clear up something. Eh?
Yes.
So no one can be stopped, but in order to know that we
That's correct.
So just give us an idea. When is it that you came to Saldanha Bay from Woolsley?
Kan nie net vir die offering gee, wanneer sou die vanaf waar van kom as Saldanha Bay kom.
Ik heb af en toe in Saldanha Bay teruggekomen, maar zoals ik mooi kan onthouden, het was de laatste, was het 2017, wat ik Saldanha Bay getrekt.
I used to visit Saldanha Bay now and then, but I think in 2017 I moved to Saldanha Bay.
Okay. And you say that you then met. Well, at first you stayed at your brother's place.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
In which area is that?
And wat gebied of area is dat?
Dat is in Marikana.
In Marikana, Lord.
And then you say you met a boyfriend and you moved in with him.
He said,
Who is this boyfriend?
he was a girl.
Zijn naam is Ayanda Litoni.
His name is Ayana.
Litoni.
You told me.
And in which area? Well, we actually know. You don't know it, but we've actually been to this house. It's in Tsitsiratsitsi, correct?
Ons is blij dat je zo Amerika, want dat is dan ons aan het kijken en niet bij de hier dat is racistisch.
That's correct, my Lord.
That's correct.
And you say that you then had 2 children that you and Ayanda are the parents of.
Dia bisa dia berbeda sahaja. Terkait tersebut ayat di bagian tersebut.
That's correct.
That's right.
Those 2 children, what are their ages?
Jadi twee kinders van die ayat dapat sesuatu.
Die twee kinders ouderdom is 2 jaar oud en die andere is nou 3 jaar oud.
These 2 kids are 2 years of age and are now 3 years.
That's correct, my Lord.
And if I'm correct, the one is a boy and the one is a girl.
Saya lihat asas terkena waktu ini sedang kasih.
That's correct, my Lord.
Suka sulit.
So we now know that all 3 the accused before court also lived in Saldanha. So let's see, when did you meet? Start with the first one. Let's start with Buddha, Jaconopolis. When did you meet him?
Untuk itu dan sekolah tentu dari pengawas seseorang dan itu observan hal yang sesuatu. Anda yang itu sesuatu yang udah. Anda yang itu orang
Paputa ken ek as 'n jaar.
I know for a year.
In the other one, Stefano, Kiali, ken ek as meer as 'n jaar.
Kelly, I know him more than a year.
En vir Stefano, ken ek nie regtig, maar ek ken vir hom die jaar as 6, 7 maande, 8 maande, ken ek vir Stefano.
I don't really know Stefano. I know him after a period of between 6, 7, 8 months.
Want ek leer ken vir hom, want hy by Kawas vyandig gehelp, by Kawas, dis die rede hoekom ek vir hom ken.
I came to know him because he was assisting Ayana in the couch. That's how I got to know him.
If you say he was assisting Ayanda, did he then continue to work there for Ayanda at his car wash?
As itu so steeds gehelp. Het het aangehouden om te werken in de couch.
Nee, hy het net 'n dag of 2 of as miskien gejaag nodig het of hy sien Ayanda uit miskien by die weer, dan sal hy miskien Ayanda help by die weer.
No, I don't. I mean, sometimes what they do, or maybe it's money, or if I ask more than something, because to tell.
And how did you get to know Buddha?
Moet het ook dat je dat je kent.
Vir Buddha leer ken ek as Ayanda ook also drugs verkoop en hy was 'n drug dealer en Buddha het gekom en daar kom koop daar by ons en ek was die enige gewees wat vir Ayanda gehelp het drugs verkoop.
My Lord, in the stage, I was a drug dealer. So the only person that now that come by, I am a drug dealer.
Dis hoe ek vir Buddha leer ken het.
And assisting Ayana to sell the drugs. That's how I came to know Buddha.
En ons het daar by kamers ook saam gaan koop en saam gaan rook.
And even we would go together to camps and buy together and smoke together.
Dis korrek, my Lord. Dis hoe ek vir Buddha leer ken het.
That's how I learned to know Buddha.
And Kelly, how did you get to know her?
When we were again,
Vir Kelly leer ken ek dieselfde soos ons het drugs verkoop, ons het gestem saam gegaan by kamers, ons het ons drugs by kamers en Ayanda self drugs verkoop, dis hoe ek vir hulle ken.
it's the same that Ayana was selling drugs, and me and Kelly go together to camps and go buy drugs. That's how I learned to learn to know Kelly.
Did you become friends with any of them?
En die bevriend geraakt met een van de
Dis korrek, my Lord.
rechtsweten
With whom?
met die.
Met Buddha en met Kelly, ek sien reg met Stefano in 'n company gesit.
With Buddha and Kelly, my Lord, I didn't really sit in the company with Stefano.
If you say that you became friends with Buddha and Kelly. Just explain that. What do you mean? Would you visit one another? How did you interact with them?
As we say, Kelly was Bukhara and Kelly, Kadi of a hundred social media in a person of a cousin access and PM.
As ek makatakupad en ek het nie aloli gehad nie,
If I would buy myself a ticket and I don't have a lolly,
dan gaan ek tot daar by Kelly sy huis
then I will go to Kelly's house.
en dan het ek gevra of sy nie miskien my lolly wil leen nie
Then I will ask her to borrow me a lolly
vir rook.
to smoke.
En after dit het sy vir my gegee
And that's after that she will give it to me.
en dan het ek gerook en het ek saam met haar gerook en sometimes dan het ek my Boeta ook gegee.
Then I will smoke and smoke with her. Sometimes I will also give it to
Daar zo ik bevriend geraak het saam met hulle en van leer ken het.
That's how I became friends with them and learn to know them.
Was this something that happened regularly? That you would go to their house and smoke there?
As that part so we are here, but so now it's not kind of so work.
Dat is correct, my lord.
It's rest here.
Did they also come to your house?
Sy het al het gekom na my huis toe altyd, maar ons het nooit by my huis gesit en ook nie. Reg van Anayanda was sometimes baie streng geweest.
They would come to my house, but I wouldn't smoke in my house because I was very strict.
Maar ek het as ek my eie tyd het en my eie lolly dan ook ek in my huis en by Ayanda se plek.
But if I never want to can only I would smoke in the house. I think that I was place.
En hy het daarvan geweet ek rook in sy plek in.
He knew that I would smoke inside his place.
You now told us about the fact that Ayanda was also selling drugs and you assisted in selling drugs. That stopped at a certain stage. Is that correct?
He had to say, I put the lips of book against the other. Obsidian started to stop.
Dat is correct, my lord.
So that's when
Can you give us an indication when he stopped selling?
can we get off on that say, why don't we stop with the book?
Ek kan nou nie reg nou verseker is van, maar ek weet ons het gestop, dit is in 2023 omtrent daar het hy gestop.
I won't be able to give you precisely, but I think in 2023, around there, that's when he stopped.
Van 2024 het hy nie meer drugs begin koop nie.
Because in 2024, he wasn't selling any drugs.
So then you were buying your drugs from Gums.
So that's okay, we also become school.
Dat is correct, my lord.
That's where
And I accept that you knew that there was a love relationship between Buddha and Kelly.
it's a father we that you also silence and that can kill.
Dat is correct, my lord.
So, we're going to go through what happened. I'm going to let you tell us the story in your own words.
Today I did the video differently. I decided to feed some of you guys' needs, to go ahead and listen to Ram's story. Laurentia Lombaard. She is the state witness, a section 204 witness, which means she gets immunity. Maybe. At this point, that's what they're selling her. But it is the judge's ultimate final decision if she gets to walk away with her dignity intact. Hello Mzansi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we continue to cover the Jocelyn Smith disappearance case, where Jocelyn's whereabouts are unknown, even to date as the trial is ongoing. But Laurentia decided that she is not going to take the fall. She was accused number 4. She has left the dock, ladies and gentlemen, and turned into a state witness. You will see that over there, by state witness, as we say, qua state witness, she's doing pretty well. She's got earrings on, her hair has grown, she looks well kept. Most importantly, the big difference that everybody is noticing and shocked to see is her weight gain. Keep in mind, it's only been a year since the disappearance, the disappearance of Jocelyn Smith. But she had been inside the prison, inside the jail, because she had been arrested until October when she turned state witness. So I want you to go ahead and count how many months that is. October, November, December, January, February, March. We're literally just in the beginning of March, halfway through March. That is a good 7 months that she has become the state witness, and she's gained weight. We'll talk about that later. But basically, she started to tell her story. This is the introduction that she gave. It is complicated, this questioning style. I can understand now why the judge asked them to take a recess and prepare themselves better and do it in chronological order, go day by day. They stopped at Sunday. What happened on Sunday? But the reason I am going back, I watched this live, but I went back because I said, you know what? The judge said his notes are a fruit salad and he wants things in order. I said, you know what? My notes were not a fruit salad. I said, I'm going to listen again and I'm going to write it out entirely. The story as Laurentia Lombaard is telling the story. So this is her story. She lived with her brother. She met her boyfriend, Ayanda. I suspect Ayanda's going to come as a state witness, but then he's a drug dealer, He's a dealer, And he's not dealing in cars. He's a dealer of substances that are not supposed to be dealt with. So I'm not sure how the state is going to bring him and justify him as a witness, unless he's already arrested. I don't know. It's that one's complicated. I don't have an opinion yet. I will come back to you guys once I figure out what the state is going to do, or if I can, make an assumption on what the state is going to do with regards to Ayanda. Because Ayanda has to come and verify this story. And if he doesn't come as a state witness, imagine him coming as a defense witness. Wow. But I digress. So Ayanda and Rams, they have 2 kids together, a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. But Rams has 2 other kids who don't live with her. They live with their father. So she moved from Marikana to Saldanha. In the beginning, she was living with her brother, but then when she fell in love with Ayanda, they started living together. Who is Ayanda? Ayanda has a car wash, as well as, the dealership that he does, the dealing of substances. Those are the 2 things. What happens in this with Ayanda? Why is Ayanda a key person? Ayanda is the glue that sticks, Ayanda is the one who brings in Bolter. Who is Bolter? That is accused number 1, Kelly Smith's boyfriend. The very guy who had Jocelyn Smith, who Kelly left Jocelyn Smith in his care. Yeah, I think I said that better. So how does he fit into the equation? He buys his substances from Ayanda, and from time to time he assists Ayanda to sell the substances. But then, you know how it is, birds of the same feather, they flock together, as the saying goes. They also smoke together, and then they would go and buy the substances from Gums. Now, what is Gums' actual name? That's what I would have asked. If I'm a defense witness, that's the first thing I'm going to ask, because this Gums business. Who is he, a real person, or is he a myth? You know what I mean? I need more answers around Gums. But anyway, Ram says she knows him for about a year, and then when it comes to Stefano, she's like, I don't really know him, but he assisted Ayanda at the car wash, and he wasn't like a permanent employee. He assisted here and there, especially when he needed money. Okay, let's talk about your relationship with Kelly. Well, same thing with Borta, right? Because they're a couple. I met Kelly, and we would go to Gums to buy substances, and we became friends. Also, I was also friends with Borta as well. So then the prosecutor asked, what kind of friendship did you have? I should say, yeah, I would go to their house. I would go see Kelly when I was lonely, and sometimes we needed to smoke. Again, birds of the same feather flock together. It was a friendship, okay? Not really a situationship. I think it was definitely a friendship. And sometimes, Poeta would also be there and they would be smoking. Okay. So they would smoke at Kelly's house. But did you guys smoke when they came? Would they come over to your house? Yeah, sure, they would come, but they were not allowed to smoke at Ayanda's house. Ayanda. You are dealing in these substances. You are supplying. You are intoxicating, okay? But you don't want it in your home? The irony, okay? The irony. But anyway, Ren says, you know what? When he wasn't there, I would definitely smoke. Like, whatever. I would smoke in the house, okay? So, that's the story so far. Ren also went to Gums to purchase the substances, okay? That is what the story is so far. And ladies and gentlemen, if you ever wondered who is this new state witness, is she a credible witness? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think she's a credible witness so far from what you've heard? Type 1 in the comment section if you believe she's credible. Today is day 2 of Laurentia on the stand. Technically, I think they're going to start again. And we're going to hear the story. Hopefully, she's going to get through the story. I suspect it's going to be the whole day, okay? The whole Friday. She's going to go through her story. What an interesting day ahead. I've cleared my calendar. Have you? If you haven't, you're having a busy day, you don't have time to watch all the proceedings, don't worry, I got you. All you got to do in return, hit that subscription button. So when I upload the next video, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. If you're watching from outside the club, you might miss my next upload. So go ahead, hit that subscription button. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, okay, to fund the channel, you have the option to join the membership. At the end of this video, there will be a join button. Go ahead and hit it, or in the description box down below, there's always a join link. Join. And that is it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. I absolutely love it when you do. I'll catch you on my next upload.